again to Marwa Travels. I'm very excited to share with you today my trip to Sevilla, the details, the advices on how to make your trip pretty, cheap, and visit the whole city for under 200 euros. The first time I visited Sevilla, it was in 2015, and it was with Erasmus Plus project, and I met some of the incredible people ever. I had a blast in the city. I loved every part of the city, and I was very excited to go back again when I was traveling with my cousin Tima to Italy. So we included Sevilla in our trip. So I'm going to talk about this last trip and how we actually managed to visit the city for under 200 euros for the flights and for the transportation. On our way back from Italy, from Milano to Sevilla, it costs about 40 euros, but you can actually find cheaper flights. The reason why we found it for 40 euros and not under that price is because we booked last minute, because it was a little bit of high season. So yeah, make sure to just find cheaper flights from different companies and actually plan your trip in advance, unlike how we did it. There are so many options where you can find cheaper flights for less than 20 euros. There is the possibility to take the bus from anywhere in Spain, the possibility to take the train as well. So there are so many options on how to get to Sevilla. Sevilla is actually the capital city of Andalusia, so it is very dynamic, it is very active, it is very administrative, and it is highly linked to many places, not only in Spain but all over the world. So you will most definitely find a lot of options to get there. On my way back, I'm just going to give you this round trip price. On my way back to Morocco, I actually took BlaBlaCar from Sevilla to Algeciras. The BlaBlaCar cost me around 11 euros, and it was a really nice ride. It was with this group of people who were really cool. I practiced my Spanish with them, and they took me directly to the port, so it was really great. It was an incredible experience, and I would definitely go back to Spain and use actually BlaBlaCar for transportation. And then because I already had the round trip with ferry already paid, so it was 30 euros for the way back from Algeciras to Tangier. This is just talking about transportation on how to get to Sevilla and back to wherever you want to. In my case, it was back to Morocco, so it was like in total not even 40 euros as well. Also, for transportation in the city, there are so many options. You can actually get a pass. I think 10 tickets would cost you around 12 euros or something like this, but for us, we didn't really needed the lot of transportation. We just bought like one-way tickets every time we needed to ride a bus or something. We mostly just walked around. From the airport to the place where we were staying, we took Uber. We Ubered there. There is Uber in Spain and Sevilla, so you can use that if you have the Uber application. So yeah, this is one of the ways on how we use transportation in Sevilla. And it wasn't like, for buses, it didn't even cost us 10 euros. So in total, it was actually pretty good. That's it for transportation. Now let's move on like the places where you can stay in Sevilla. There are so many options. There are hotels, hostels, pensions, Airbnb. For our case in Sevilla, we actually booked with Airbnb this time, and it was like 45 euros for a room for both of us. It was a cozy place owned by the Spanish guy, and he was very nice. He actually helped us navigate to the city. What we did wrong is actually we didn't look up the place in the map beforehand. We just went with it, and it was a mistake because the place was a little bit outside of the city. Not outside of the city, but it was a little bit far from the city center. So next time you do your research, don't do it like we did, and try to find places nearby the city center. I had some of my friends actually asking me about how much it would cost for a family, so I tried to look it up. For places where you can stay, there are so many options. Apartments starting from 40 euros, so I think this is really suitable for families if they want to be like in apartments. There are also hotels starting from 20-30 euros per room, so I think this is also usable and doable for families. For transportation, for example, a ferry from Morocco to Sevilla, like the whole bus plus a ferry or like a ferry then drive, it would actually cost around 200 euros. So I would probably advise you to look up flights because I think they cost less than the ferry. Okay, so let's talk about what you can visit, what you can do in Sevilla, and how to manage that. So the first place I would highly advise you to visit is the Royal Alcazar. It is one of the historical castles of Andalusia. It is a little bit similar to Granada Alhambra, but it is less crowded. You don't need to actually book your tickets way advance on the website or any of that. You can just be there like I did, be there at 8 a.m. in the morning, wait, be the first in line, and then buy the tickets and have the tour that you actually want. So you can actually do the guided tour, or you can just tour it alone. I actually just went with by myself touring the Alcazar. It is a really beautiful place with gardens, with the architecture. It takes you back to the era of Almohad's kingdom. So it is really beautiful. It is pretty. It is well preserved. So I highly recommend you to visit that. Another place that you can visit, and it actually goes back to Almohad's era, is the Tower of Gold, or Torre del Oro. It was actually built in the 12th century by one of the caliphs of Almohad, and he built it in order to serve as a prison, as well as to control access to the city of Sevilla through the river. The tower has a beautiful view over the city, not just the city but also the river of Sevilla, and it is really beautiful. So I definitely advise you to visit that as well. There's also the Mosque Cathedral, or the Cathedral of Sevilla. It is very famous. It used to be a mosque, and it got turned into a cathedral, but it still has the architecture of the mosque, so it is very interesting to visit as well. Sevilla is also very famous for a lot of bridges that link the city together, because it is a little bit divided by the river that crosses the city. One of the bridges is called Ponte del Alamillo, and it is very beautiful, very modern. You can get the view of the city and the river from it, so it is really beautiful to visit as well. One of the places that is very modern as well as interesting to look at is Las Setas de Sevilla. It is actually a wooden sculpture. It has a really like if you walk around it and go up, you'll see like beautiful view of the city. Also from underneath it, you can see how beautifully done it is. It is really beautiful, and it actually just nearby the city center, so you can walk from there to the city center. Or, well, to me, the city center of Sevilla is Calle O'Donnell. It is just nearby El Corte Inglés, which is one of the most famous malls in not just in Sevilla but in Spain in total. The one in Sevilla is really attractive. It has a lot of stores, a lot of options, and I actually loved it when I visited the first time, especially with the sales. You have a lot of options. So most definitely visit El Corte Inglés if you want to do shopping. And Calle O'Donnell also it has a lot of shops. It is really beautiful, and I remember the first time when I went with my friends, we were just like scrolling up and down from El Corte Inglés to Calle O'Donnell, and then back and forth. It is a little bit funny, but it is like, if you love shopping, then you know how it is. From Calle O'Donnell, you can actually walk until you reach Plaza Nueva. In Plaza Nueva, it is just like, it is a really beautiful place. There is like there is a park there. There are like places where you can sit, and also there is the municipality. The city municipality is there, so you can visit that as well. Just nearby it, you can find another park where you can hear and see actually Sevillian music play, the dancers at night. It was really beautiful to actually see that and live that. Yeah, so as I said, Sevilla is very dynamic, very fun city. It is just incredible. The spirit of it is just incredible. One of the places that you can actually visit is Palacio de San Telmo. It now serves as the Andalusian Parliament. It holds a beautiful history, and now also it is a government place. It is really beautifully done, and it has incredible architecture. So I left the best to the last. I'm going to talk about Plaza de España. Plaza de España is one of my favorite places in Sevilla. I could stay there for hours. I wouldn't get bored. The place was actually designed and built in 1929. It was designed by one of the Sevilla architects called Aníbal González. The place is just incredibly magnificent. There are like so many beautiful buildings. The park is really large and incredible. There is also like a little river going around the place. You can actually take boats to visit the place. There's music going on, dancers. You can rent the customs of Sevilla to take pictures with. The place is just magnificent and I absolutely love it. I would stay there like for a very long time, just walking, just enjoying the place, just breathing in the spirit and the beauty of Sevilla. So yeah, these are like some of the places that you can actually visit during your stay. They don't really cost a lot. Well, the Royal Alcazar costs around 12.5 euro, and it is practically the only thing you pay for in order to get to the place. Most of the other places are totally free, and you can like visit them for free. Of course, the Calle O'Donnell is a shopping area, and El Corte Inglés as well. But in sales time, it is just incredible. I found so many pretty clothes and dresses for incredible prices. So yeah, it is absolutely worth it. It is just beautiful. Make sure to visit those places. For food, you have so many options. There are tapas everywhere, tapas places everywhere. You can also get Spanish sandwiches, tortilla, like you can get whatever everywhere. There are so many options in Sevilla for where to eat. It is a city where you can do and have whatever you want, whenever you want to. You can also stay late at night and walk around the city with no one to bother you or anything. Enjoy the Sevillan music being played live by artists. It is just incredible, and I absolutely love the city. Just one advice: don't visit Sevilla in summer. In summer it reaches really high degrees. Like last time when I was there in 2015, it reached 50 degrees, and it was really hard to navigate the city, to go anywhere with that high degrees. I would have enjoyed it much better if it was a little bit colder, but this time when we went back it was a little bit colder. It was late September. It was actually middle late September, so it was really great. It is the ideal time to visit the city, or you can also visit it at springtime and it would be magnificent. But summertime it is really hot, and I don't think anyone could actually be able to enjoy the city at that time. Well, I reached the end of my video. This is all about Sevilla. I hope it is a little bit helpful for you to navigate the city and to plan your trip in the future to the capital city of Andalusia, and enjoy its beauty, its atmosphere, its dynamic, everything. I hope my video is helpful for you. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video if you like it, and see you next time. Bye bye.